are posts. You're going to look at pages, because are most of you working on sites that are already created? So you're wondering, how do I get in there and make edits and add pages and do things to this existing site? Great. So you're not really starting fresh. You're just starting with something that's already been in place. So those are the things that we're going to concentrate on, are posts and pages. And if you want me to, I can touch on some of the other things. But do you want to do some editing first and then come back to kind of get a little more comfortable with this? Awesome. You have discs that Teresa, actually they're from Ton and myself. Load those into your systems, because we're going to grab some of the, it's the one that looks like, yeah, 1513. We have some working files on there that'll make this a little easier for you guys to make some changes. Then you can go ahead and work on this, work along with this exercise, and then that will give you some information so that when you want to go on, we were discussing the 4-H site. It's already been set up for you, but it's like, now what do I do with it? So we'll show you how to do that. Yeah, go ahead and open it, and you will see. The WP is what you're looking for. When you open that, there should be about 7 or 8 images and 2 Word docs in there. One of the Word docs will tell you how to, after this point in time, if you want to work on something, that gives you your login information and how to get back into the login. The other one is our working file with text, so you guys didn't have to come up with brand new text for everything you were doing this morning. Okay, everybody loaded and ready to roll? Awesome. Go ahead and click on your posts, and it'll drop down a menu with all posts, add new, categories, and tags. Click on all posts. Okay, the working site that I have right now has 2 of the posts that we're going to be adding. It also has the Escape WordPress training that is currently on your site. If you click on Escape WordPress training, this is the location that you go to edit everything. So it's got our image, it's got our text. This is what's currently on your home page. If you want to look at this post as you're editing it, there's multiple ways to do that. You can click in the top bar where it says View Post. You can click on View Post from here. You can always go back up to the very top bar where it says Escape and Visit Site, and that will take you. Any of those 3 ways will get you back to being able to see what's on the live site. In WordPress, although I'm showing you lots of different ways to do this, there's usually 2 ways to do a lot of stuff. So what I'm going to show you, you may have a different way, and it's because there's 2 ways generally to get to everything that you want to do on WordPress. Okay. So this is what we're going to be creating, something like this. So now let's go back to all posts. We're going to be doing create a new post. So what I want you to do is go up and click either add new at the top by the word post, or over in the left side, click add new. Okay, if yours doesn't look the same, it could be a browser. Does it? Does yours look? There you go. Okay. So now that everybody's on the Add New, there's a couple of things on here that you can do that will make life easier. So what I want you to do is go over and click this little button at the end of your menu bar. That's called the kitchen sink. And what it'll do is it'll give you another row of icons. This whole menu bar is called a Wysiwyg. A Wysiwyg is just an acronym for what you see is what you get. Yeah, what you see is what you get. And it's basically like what you guys would see in your Word or anything else. It's got your bold, it's got your italics. It has a few different things on it. What we're going to be concentrating on is your paste as plain text and your paste as Word. So why don't you guys go into your folder where we've got the text. You're going to open up the content file. It's off of the disk that you've got there. There should be a folder or a file, a Word doc file that has content on it. We want to grab the first bunch of content. Yes. Okay. The text you guys are going to be looking for is, I'm excited to let the world know that I can add posts to my website. Do you guys see that in your file? Go ahead and copy that. And we're going to take it over. And you're going to paste it. I'm just going to grab it off this website. And you're going to paste it into the content area. So it's going to look like this. Has everybody got this stuff pasted? And is it looking the way you think it's going to look? Okay. What happens is when you grab information from a Word doc, Word has a whole lot of styling stuff in there that you don't see until you try to put it into a website. So if it's not working and it's not looking the way you think it's supposed to, then go up and click on one of the icons for paste from text or paste from Word. Paste from Word is not as reliable, but if I were you, I'd try either one until you get the results that you want. So in my case, if I did it like from here, you get this pop-up. So you Control-V your content into it. And then you just click Insert, and it stripped out all the junk. And I know that a lot of times I'll get calls from people and they'll go, it's bolding all of the text. Why is I can't get the bold off of my text? Well, that's what's happened, is that it's grabbed that styling from your Word document and it's kept it. Even though you've deleted stuff and you're like, but I got rid of that. Well, no, it's all that junk behind the scenes that you don't see. So if that happens to you, what I would highly suggest is you go into the text screen. Your text tab is your code tab. That's where a lot of times you'll see HTML and stuff in there. You may see something that looks like or you might have anytime you see stuff in brackets, that's code. So what I would strongly suggest is if you're having problems pasting into this thing, it's for retaining a bunch of junk, go in there, highlight everything in that text screen, delete it. Start fresh. Just delete the whole thing. Then go back over to your visual tab. Click either your paste from Word or your paste from text. And then enter it. And that should get rid of all your problems. So that's just a little something there. Because see, I have a bunch of, see how mine's all bolded? There's a tag in there that's saying, that was left over from the code that I pulled over. And that's why it did that. Okay, you guys read it? The next thing, so now you've added your content. What I would suggest you do, because I don't like to lose stuff because the system burps, save your draft. That will not publish it out to the world. It simply saves it so you can continue working on it. And it'll tell you down here that this is a draft that you're working on. And we'll go over the other publishing stuff here in just a second. Okay, so now the next thing you usually want to do in WordPress is add an image. Because it's very visual. You want to make it look good. You have a choice of adding a featured image, which is down clear at the bottom of your left-hand side. Or you can add it directly to your content. We're going to add it directly to the content on this example, and then we'll try it as a featured image, and I'll show you what the difference is as far as where they show up. Okay. To add an image, you're going to click, you put your cursor where you want that image to be, and you're going to click Add Media. So now you have a choice. You can come in. This is my media library. You guys probably only have the lady with the iron and the computer in your media library at this time. Not yet. You should have gone to, you can do it one of two ways. Hang on a second here. Okay, so here we are on a post, and there's an Add Media button right here. So I'm going to put my cursor there. I click Add Media, and then it comes to my media library. So if I already have an image uploaded, I can snag it from here. To add a new image, which we're going to do right now, we're going to upload a file. So click Upload File. You're going to select your file. And in my case, that's not going to work because you guys have them on your disk. So go to the disk file. And there should be one that says, no, you're going to want, that was the escape trading one was the first one that we did. You're going to be looking for one that says pick, post, push pins, JPEG. Do you guys know where your pictures are? Have you guys found your stuff? Okay. So when you get to that point, oh, you guys don't need, that's just me diddling. Selected your file, then go ahead and upload it. And it's going to come up with a screen that says, yeah. Let's go back over to Office. So when you get to that screen where it's now showing the image, and it's got over on the left hand, on the right hand side, the most important field over there is your alt. And the reason that you need to put something into where it says alt is for people that are seeing impaired. The alt tag will read to them. If they have a system that reads to them, that will tell them what that image is. So it's very important that we make it accessible to all the audiences we can. So you need to put something in there that's a title for that image. So if I were you, I would put posting, add a post into that area, and then that will read to them what that is. Or adding a post, or adding or add a post. When you get that done, then just click Insert into Post. Are you on your lap? Okay. Hang on a second. I'm going to grab an image here. Okay, so where is everybody at now? Have they inserted it and they're back looking at their... Awesome. Okay, so here's an example, because I'm going to show you what your images have already probably been sized. So what you're seeing is a small image, and it should be lined up. It's right on top of your text at this point in time. So the great part about this is you can, again, if you don't like what you're seeing, left click on your image, and you're going to get these two little icons up here. This will delete it. This one's going to edit it. So click the Edit Image. And the pop-up that comes up will allow you to do a couple of things. You can change the size. So mine was way too big, so I'm going to make it smaller. I also want it to go left and be beside my text. If I want it in the center, but this is where you can move it around so that it'll show you kind of where it's going to line up. I click Update. It's still mine is still too big, but you guys can play around a little bit, and if you want to change your alignment on your image, see what it's going to do. Better? Sure. And a lot of times, let's go back and we're going to add your image a second time. So Pat, oh, is it still loading? You want to cancel and try to upload again? Okay, so at the end of your text, let's go ahead and add the picture again. But this time we're going to grab it from your library. And then over on the right-hand side, you can scroll down, and you can select your alignment here also. So when you first uploaded it, you could have selected your alignment. You can link it to a bunch of different places. So let's say you want them to be able to click on that link and go to another website. You can click Custom URL. You can click me. I'm going to leave it on my media file. That's fine. That's so that if they click on it and you have a small image that you've shrunk down, when they click on it, it will make a big image on their screen. In this case, WordPress will size your images and usually give you a couple of different choices. So yours at this point in time is only going to give you thumbnail and full size. My chrysanthemum over here is going to give a full size, a thumbnail, and a medium. Did yours come up with? Did it? Awesome. And then you can click and insert it into the post. And here's my second one that I entered. Same image, but WordPress had changed the size of it. So that gives you some flexibility on what you can do with your images. Okay. Does everybody have an image in their we're going to come back. You're clicking by clicking here. That shouldn't be linked at this point in time because we haven't created the page yet that you're going to link to. So we'll come back and talk about that in a second. At the top, we forgot to enter the title. So you want to put in add a post. The difference between a post and a page. A post is used when you do stuff that's an announcement. So like one of your 4-H groups is doing something special and you want to throw that up there and say, guess what we're doing? That's when you're going to be using your post. Pages are a more static, something that's like a contact us that doesn't change very often. It's always there. With a post, depending upon the reason for it, you may or may not want them to make comments. You have that option down here at the bottom to turn on your comments or turn them off. Do you guys see this? Okay, so then what you need to do is, up here where it says screen options, these are all the things that for this post you can turn on and off and display. Did you guys see where I clicked that? It's right under your howdy at the very top. Yeah. And you can set up all kinds of stuff here. Discussion is the one that you want to have clicked if you want to be able to turn off your comments. That'll turn it off. If you click, well, you have it clicked here. Reduce that and then scroll down. And then you have to unclick this stuff, this discussion stuff at the bottom. When you guys have all that done, save the draft. Do I need to go back over it? If I'm jumping around too much or doing something too fast, let me know and I can go over anything, any questions you've got. Okay, so then did you guys click preview to see what your stuff looks like? And is it looking the way you thought it was going to look? It does? Are we good? Okay. I don't think my preview jumped up. Okay, awesome. Go ahead and you can close that screen out. Or did you guys already close the screen? Great. See where it says edit post right here? You can click that. Or if you've already closed the screen, and you're probably back on your page anyway. Okay. So at this point in time, go ahead and publish it. Yeah. Go into your text field. And tell me what you see. Do you see where it says you got an href? You've got all this gump here. And then do you have, well, let me just come look. All right, so has everybody got there? Is everything looking the way you thought it was going to? So now when you go to your home page, you should see this. You should see the Escape WordPress training, and you should see creating or create a post. To view your site, you can click Escape at the top, or you can click Visit Site. And is that what you're seeing is something similar to this? Awesome. You now have 2 posts on your page. You do. And if you go over here to the left-hand side, where it says Recent Posts, you will see your 2 posts. If you click on either of those, they will take you to an individual page with just that post on them. Yep, we're getting there. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, see, what we were going to do is we were going to add a page, and then they were going to add both another post and another page. But I'll ask them what they want to do. Okay, ladies, would you like to try adding a post on your own now, or do you want to go and add a page, and then you'll go back and add a post and a page on your own? You want to add a page? All right. Because adding a page is almost identical to adding a post. But what we're going to do is we're going to go down to, on your left-hand side, go to your dash, you can go anywhere in your system. What we're trying to do is get to Add New. You can also, on your top menu bar, see where it says New with the plus sign? Right there, you can add a post, you can add a page, you can add a user, and that's another quick way to get there. So those are your choices at the top, right there, or you can do it over on the left-hand side under Pages. Pardon? No, we're going to add a page. We're going to add a page. And then the next activity you guys are going to be on your own to add a post and a page.
Can I tell you what my biggest frustration is like I go to calendar and I have the dates up here. I can't ever get all lined up.
And you'd like to have your date here, and then you want to have another column that lines up. That would be using a table.
And the tables are always like those two.
To make it work. Do you want me to talk to you about tables right now, or do you want me to do that after we do a page? Okay, because the table, I'm going to give you some code to do it. Okay. Okay, so we're on our page. We're basically going to do the same thing we did before. Let's go ahead and start with the title this time. And you're going to put add a page, or there could be in your content a folder file that I gave you. It'll say title, and then it's going to say the images that you need to make sure that we get uploaded, and it's going to give you your content. So the next thing you're going to want to do is grab that content from your Word doc and paste it in there. I would suggest you use this paste from Word when you go to paste that information in. So step 2, adding a new page. You're going to want to click from here are the steps, so highlight here are the steps and take it all the way down to 12, to the end of 12. Copy that. And then you're going to paste that into your it's step 2. Oh yeah, I'd use the paste from Word. Let's try it and see if it'll go in smoothly. If it doesn't, then we'll back it up and use the other one. Okay, so when you get, you probably will not have the images at this point in time, but you should have. If the what? The images won't be there yet. And the reason the images aren't there yet is we haven't added them to the media library. That was an example, so you would know what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so is your list numbered when you look at your screen now? Does it look like minus the images? Does it look like that? 1, 2, 3, 4? You've done this before. Yeah, I've done this for me. Okay, are you guys ready to add your images? Is everybody got a numbered list and things are looking happy? Okay, so what you're going to want to do is right here on number 4, at the end of the period, you're going to go and you're going to add media. You're going to be looking for the pic dash page dash kitchen dash sink dot JPEG on your disk. Oh, it's pic dash page dash kitchen dash sink. And you guys are going to upload it from your disk. I've already got it on the system. So you're going to be looking for it in that list of files on your disk. Did everybody get it rock and roll? Really? You got it on your desktop, on your laptop that you can grab and test. Just an example, grab something else and run it in. It's more for working. Okay. You're going to want a JPEG or a GIF. Web images are always JPEG, GIFs, or what they call a PNG. Okay. Once you get your image uploaded and you're ready on this, you can decide, don't forget to fill in your alt tag. You can decide on your alignment, and you can decide on the size that you guys want to use. The idea is that you make it look the way you guys want it to look. The kitchen sink one. You're looking for the one with the kitchen sink. There should only be only one kitchen sink. Okay. Did you upload it from your folder? Okay. Did you guys get your image that one inserted into your page? Are you guys ready to move on or not quite yet? Okay. You know you got one kitchen sink icon, and then the next one that you're going to be putting in is this one. So you'll go back to you're going to be looking for pick page dash text dash paste. And then don't forget your alt text again, your alignment, and your size. This one's going to be after number 5. So at the end of pop-up window on number 5, put your cursor there and then insert your media. You're going to do the pick page paste text. Or pick page text paste. Okay, does everybody have their 2 images in or not quite yet? No? How do you get images off of this? And then you get media library? Is everybody pretty comfortable with that? Are we all good? Okay. Okay, does everybody have at least one picture in? Okay. Then what you're going to do is go ahead and you should have, because I've already published this out, I don't have this option. Well, no, I do. Draft. I'm going to save it as a draft. So go ahead and save it as a draft and preview to see what if you got what you wanted it to look like. Is it close? So you want your line coming down below, you want to on that. The great part about this is that one, you go on the line, go ahead and try out for them, so you get the little sense you want. But that's the great part about WordPress is you can't break it, you can't pull it up. And I'll show you how, if you went in and it looks great, and you went and made a tweak, and it blew up, how you can get back to where you were. You don't, it doesn't lose your information. Let me show you that in a second.
What happens if you have an image under your preview, but when you go back to the image under your edit?
Oh, okay.
Right now, it's just on that. I don't know why it would still be there.
Does it? That's kind of cool, though. That's a cool thing. Can you figure out why it's on there? I can't see it in the code. It doesn't do it. Kim, what's your username? It doesn't. Okay. Is why it's doing that. Okay. We'll come back to that in a second. That's a good point. Has everybody gotten their 2 images in and they're ready to move on? Okay. Here's something just so that, you know how sometimes I have an idea why it's doing that. We haven't added the featured image yet, but let's pause and go back up for a second. We'll just kind of work our way down. So, you know, in the menus where you'll have a menu and then you have drop downs. You know, on the top menu, you'll have things that sometimes float down. Your page attributes are where you're going to be. It should say something like menu, because that's more what this is referring to. The parent is, if you had multiple pages, so say you have your 4-H clubs, and you have multiple ones that you want to show. What you would do on this is you would come in and select one of these as the parent. And then that would say that I want this page to go under this other page. So that's where you do that. So then let's say you put all your clubs in there, and you're like, oh, dang it, this one's down here at the bottom. I wanted the wild and woolly guys up above the crazy quilters or whatever. You do that by selecting the order. Anytime you add a new page and you do not set an order, it will always be 0. So that's just something to keep in mind, that you can determine what order you want people in. 1 will always be at the top, 10 will be at, it goes down. So if you want to mess with how people are put into the system, that's how you can do it. Now, let's go down to your featured image. And we're going to go back over, and we're going to set our featured image. You're going to go back to your upload files. Are you guys getting tired of going back over here to select your files, or are you doing okay? So do you have your featured image set as that one? That's what it is. That's what it is. Yes. And it doesn't remove it from the library. It removes it from the page. So once your image is in the featured library, until you delete it from there, it's going to stay there. So go ahead and select your file. You're going to want to select, and I just deleted mine. You guys need to know which image. You're looking for the banner. It's going to say banner. Give your, is that open? Is that I think it's the title. Oh, okay. And then that's what it is. Second picture. So does everybody see that video image? Oh, yeah, I see. Okay. Actually, no, what you're going to do is you're going to go back in and you're going to upload another image. You're going to upload your file. You're going to select it. And you're going to want banner. And then you come back over here. I would suggest you put in your alt tag again. So make sure you put in the alt text so it can be adding a page. Okay. Okay, ladies, has anybody had a problem where their image is not going down to the next line below, say you had your four, you had your information, and then your image is hanging out over here? You really want it, you got it right below? Okay. And if you try to do an enter, you got another number. I don't want that. Put it back up, the image back up beside the period, or the text. Put your cursor between them, and put control enter. We're going to call it shift enter. And what that's doing is it's giving you a line break. When you hit enter, it gives you a paragraph break. So that's just a little trick. Here's another little trick. When you get done with all these things that we kind of I rattle off at you, and you get home and you go, I don't remember that. Google is your friend. Everything that we're encountering and all the issues we have, somebody else has already encountered it. There is no questions or things, problems that's too dumb to ask that in Google. And just type it out exactly as you would ask it, and you will come up with an answer. So don't think that you're dead, you can't figure out how to do this. Google is your friend. The other place you can go to for more training on WordPress is WordPress.org. And they've got all kinds of information. YouTube has all kinds of training on it that will walk you through stuff in about 50 minutes or less, showing you how to do different things. So you're not going to remember everything we talked about. And don't feel like, yeah, it takes about 3 times for most people to remember, first become familiar, not that you're comfortable. And you're going to just be building on this as you go along. Okay, so you've got your images in, you've set a featured image, and you've got this nice banner across the top of your page. You've published it out, you've looked at it on the website, and you're happy. Whenever you guys publish something out, double check it on your browser. And don't look at it on just one browser. Double check it on IE, on Internet Explorer, on Firefox, Chrome. Try it out a couple of months. Everybody's a little different sometimes in the way they render things, and you don't want to surprise. Okay, so go back to visit your site. And you should now see, you won't see creating a post yet, but you should have home. Well, you guys tell me, what do you have across your top? You have home, sample page, and do you have another link up here besides sample page and home? Did you publish out your add a page? Oh, publish it out. And that will add your link to the top menu. Is everybody there? Is everybody? Add a page? Okay. Well, it's whatever you have in the title of your page. Oh, okay. Did you guys put a title? You know, you should put like no title in parentheses. You didn't add a title to your page. So go back up and go to, you're going to want to go to Escape and Pages. Just wait. And then put every pages, all pages. Okay. To edit the page after you've left it and you want to go back to it, click all pages. You go to pages on the left side. Click all pages. Okay, here are all my pages. From here, when you mouse over these things, you have a choice of about 4 different things. You can go in and do a direct edit if you're going to be editing content. If you're going to do something where you want to change your order or your main page or your parent. If you want to change the status, you can do all that from a quick edit. You can trash it, which means that you don't want that. It's not what you want. But let's say I did that, and then I went, uh-oh, I do want that page back. Then you go up and you click trash. It will show me everything I have in the trash can, and I can simply restore it. And it will put it back with all the same settings that I already had. Absolutely. Everything that you guys have on your systems today, you can go to a totally different computer and pull everything back up and do everything again. It's browser-based. It's in the cloud. It is not linked to your computer. So if your computer dies and you think, I've got to get this out, jump on your associate's computer and go directly to your website, and you can do whatever you want. So it's not on your hard drive. It's not anything that you have to worry about on that end. We actually have a third-party service that we have these hosted on. WordPress itself is free. So yeah, there's no fee for it. So if you have a location that you can put websites, someplace else, let's say you want to do a personal website, and you have a location that you can put it, you can put WordPress on it. So, and there's no cost for the WordPress. Yeah, it's a great tool. All right. Let's go back over to your pages just real quick. Let's go up to screen options. I don't have one here. Let me go back to one that I've played on. You should be able to see a revisions. Oh, okay. You go to pages, you go to all pages, or just click on pages. Either way will get you there. Mine's being slow. Here's a list of all the pages that I have. I want to edit this one. I click edit, and my screen should come up where I can go in and play with my content again. No, I'm just doing that to make sure I get the, because what I'm wanting you guys to find is go up to your screen options under Howdy, expand that, and see where it says revisions, very first box. Oh, if you don't see the revisions, update or publish your page again. You don't even have to change anything. It just needs two versions of it in there. If you don't see revisions, it's because you've only saved your page once. So save your page a second time. And yeah, then check revisions. And then scroll to the bottom of your page. Okay. Yeah, I played on this page a couple of times. Exactly. So I actually don't know how many revisions it will save for me. I've never maxed it out at this point in time, but usually it'll be something that you'll think of that day or the day next day. So you just go back in and you can click on one of your revisions, and it's going to let you compare what you had to what's there now. And you can select to restore this revision. or leave it as is. But that is how, if you get rid of something, you know, and some of it's going to look kind of funny because it's got all that extra junk in it, all the extra code. Did you see where you can do it? The other thing is, if you're having a lot of problems with your WordPress and you're using Internet Explorer, try a different browser. Internet Explorer is just not happy. It's just not happy about a lot of things. It's pretty broken. So if you're having issues, Chrome, Firefox, use one of those instead. We were having a problem right back here, and she couldn't get her images up. We switched from Internet Explorer to Firefox. She uploaded 7 images like that. So that's the kind of thing. If it's not working, it's not you. It's probably browser. Try a different browser. Let me scroll it here. This is the first one is what's there now, and the other one is your revision. The right-hand column is going to be your, this is past. So, if it's all fails and you lose it all, you recreate it. And after a while, it's not going to happen. But the first couple times, it happens. But nothing's lost. Nobody died. You just lost a little bit of web code. Okay. I'm thinking that what we probably should do at this point in time, does anybody have any questions? This is a really simplistic overview of just adding and editing content in WordPress. WordPress, let me give you about 2 or 3 more things. We're not going to move to the next exercise. You guys can do that yourself at home and play. If you have questions, call me. I have no problems helping anybody with any of this stuff. And once you get more familiar with it, you're going to, a year from now, you're going to be cranking this stuff out like nothing. The great part about WordPress, as you're using it in your offices, WordPress allows you to change the look of your site like that without losing any of your content. And that's the great part about it. You do that through what they call themes. And currently on this website, on your websites, there are 2 themes. One of them is 2013 and the other one is 2012. I've got 2012 up just because it was a little simpler looking. To activate a theme and change the look right away, all I've got to do is click Activate. It automatically does that. I go back and look at my site. It's over on the left-hand side under Appearance. So it's right here, Appearance, and then it says Themes. And in a moment, it will come up and look very different. Soon. While we're here and we're waiting, let's say you don't like either one of those things. There's all kinds of free themes out there. What you would do is you would click Install Themes, and it will allow you. Mine seems to just be sad. Yeah, we'll let it keep going. Anyway, when you get to the install thing, I can't show you this right now. But anyway, it allows you to search for different things. Let's say you have a Christmas, you want to give it a little Christmas flair or a little Halloween flair. You can search and pick out a different theme take a look at it, and if you don't like it, then what you do is you just come back and activate the one that you were using originally. Okay, so this is the new thing. I didn't lose anything. It's all still there. So you can update your site, make it fresh, really fast, and really easy. No, you actually can purchase one. And if you want to install it, it'll give you the directions on, you'll get a zip file. And you just have to upload it and expand it. And just follow the directions. They'll hold your hand through the entire process if you want to buy one that you really, really like. I know some of the counties have done that for 4-H sites. I think Weston did it at once. I don't know if they're still using that particular one or not. And they're not sure to ask. But, yes, you can buy them or you can get them for free. It's all about free. Yeah. The only thing is, if you get it from, not through the search, and you get it from somebody else, be a little skeptical. You don't want it coming in from all kinds of buyers. So, if I were you, I'd do the reviews, I'd Google and say, is such and such, reviews of such and such a site, and see if anybody's had any problems. And if they're saying, it's good, go for it. So, did you activate it? Okay. Yes. Sure.
And these things don't have to be okay.
Well, this would be more, no, for forest sites. Exactly. Exactly. And they're also, and they're also not on the UW server.
The UW range is one more for which they have tiers for get down to it's kind of like things that you want to make sure that there's UW extension logo on there, so you have to extend that. It doesn't match that.
So if we create our website,
Yes.
UW, then if we have you look it over, absolutely, to tell us, to tell us, okay, you need to add this, you need to put this, you take this out.
Sure. Absolutely. Also, we haven't really developed or given the R&E centers anything to frolic on, but if they want a site, let me know. Every single county does have a 4-H website that they have, John can have them developed, and they're already up there. If you've lost your login or you don't have logins to it, let me know, and we'll get it to you. But yeah, if you didn't know about it, I can send that stuff out again. Do you want separate sites for every program? Absolutely. Okay, so you want to take an existing one. Yeah. Right. You're going to probably want to take what she had over there, just copy and paste it over and create a page. If you want it all under the same umbrella, you're going to want it. You could link, to separate sites, but then you start losing stuff. So I would say, make a new site, copy and paste the stuff that you want over there with the new site. If you don't want everything that they've got, if you want some of it, then always link back and forth just so people can find the other stuff if you want to put it all. That would make better sense. Okay. Well, that's our strategy. Yeah. we do public events? Okay. 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 We'll chat more. Let's chat more. We'll make this work. Okay. Let's see. What else? Okay. Well, I'll just do one more quick thing, and then there's lots more to go over. We could spend the whole day doing this, but we're not going to. Let's say you forget your password, and that happens. You go to the login page, and at the very bottom of the box where you log in, lost your password. You click that. You enter in the email address, or your username, and it's going to send you something to the email address. And these accounts are all tied to the email address you used when you registered for this conference. So if you can't figure out or you're not getting your email, call me, because I have a list of what I use to develop this for you. I think that's enough for a day. No, but I know that we've got more good stuff coming up. So, does anybody else have any questions? All right. Good job, ladies.